I love these grapevine wreaths. I found it at the local art store, but I want to turn it into something really spectacular. So grab some tissue paper, a few other supplies. Let's embellish this and turn it into a terrific door wreath or decoration or something to hang on the wall for wedding, baby shower, engagement party. You got it. So let's really turn this into something fabulous. My name is Jenna. Welcome to my studio. Supplies that you'll need for this project are a glue gun, a chopstick or a paintbrush, some white tissue, a can of spray paint, usually in the pinks or purples, a heart template that you're going to use, which I'm going to use a grapevine one, but you could use styrofoam if you need to. Go to my website and download the Wreath oval, pair of scissors, that's all you need. So what I love about this project is we're going to take an existing mold, a heart shape, and we're going to turn it into something much more ornate and beautiful for an event that you might be throwing. So it doesn't take very long, it just takes a little bit of attention. And I'm going to do one and then I'm going to make it even better. Buy a bunch of tissue paper. Go to my website and download Heart Oval. And out it's going to print, just put it on typing paper, it doesn't matter. And this is what's going to come out. So it's just a piece of paper with an oval on it, and cut it out. And then you're going to use that to make about 9 billion little pieces of paper. Billion will work. Cut it out. Now listen, I'm usually the girl that wants to do it perfectly, but on this one, I don't want you to. Just cut it out, because the little imperfections are what's going to make this project beautiful. So cut out your template, grab a pen, and trying to conserve as much of the tissue as possible, because you're going to want to get as many of these ovals out of the tissue as you can. So bump them right next to each other. You're going to cut out as many as you can. See how I'm kind of making it choppy? I'm not doing this perfectly. I want you to sort of cut off some edges like that as if they were petals. So don't make it perfect, because those little imperfections are what are really cool. This is how to make a bud. So I want you to grab 3 of these tissues. Don't lay them perfectly on top of each other. So you're going to create a little bit of space between the 3. You're going to take a chopstick or the back of a paintbrush, you're going to stick it in the middle, and you're going to pinch it once, pinch it a second time, and that's going to be a flower that we're going to cover this entire heart with. A little bit of glue from your glue gun. This is a new one. Every girl likes a new glue gun. This is an extra hot one. Holy smoke. Okay. Do not touch this one. You're going to take the glue, stick it in between the little vines, pull out the chopstick, and we're going to do that a whole bunch of times till you cover this entire heart shape, and it'll make a lovely little wreath. And I've already finished one, so let me show you. This is the magic of television. This is a finished, embellished wreath. Okay, crew, go, ooh. It's good, it's nice. You can stick it on the wall. If it were a wedding, you could just make 5 or 10 of these, hang them from the ceiling, put them all over the walls. You can hang them from a big, beautiful ribbon if you want. This is a really lovely little thing. but let's make it better. Okay? Okay. So what I want you to do is take this, don't forget about it, but let's make it much more textured, much more varied, and more interesting with color. That's where the spray paint comes in. Now, because we're in my art studio and I would absolutely have to do this outside, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take a stack of your tissue papers, just like this, probably even take more. I would say about 10 or 15 sheets. And again, don't cut them perfectly. Blow on them so that they separate a little bit. And then what I want you to do is you pinch it a little bit in the center so that they separate just a bit. Put on a glove. I learned the hard way. Pink paint everywhere. Pinch it like this. Got that? Then I want you to take your spray paint and then whoosh, just around the edges. So you're just going to spray the edges. So pretend, we'll put a graphic in here. So basically what you want to paint are the edges. And in 2 or 3 seconds, it dries and you do another stack. And before you know it, you've got a whole bunch of painted edges, which are going to make a really lovely, lovely flower. Lots of variety, much more interesting. So let me show you how that's going to work. Again, you're going to take 3 together, separate them out, it would be a good idea to maybe make yourself that long iced tea that you like. Get some chocolate. I haven't had chocolate in about a long time. Trying to lose weight. What is this? The guys decide they're going to lose weight. And about 6 hours later, they go, honey, I lost 5 pounds and I've been on the diet for 6 hours. And then the girls say, oh, great, honey, I've been on the diet for 6 months and I gained a half a pound. I don't know why that is. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm giving up. You put this on a chopstick. Find a spot to put it in. It's going to take a little bit of muscle. And you're just going to pull out the chopstick, open that up, and if we do that all the way around, and you kind of need to do it on the edges, and then all the way around to the center, before you know it, we're finished. And it's got much more of a texture. And let's say your wedding was purple and white, green and white, whatever color, you can customize it because paints come in so many colors. You can customize the little edging that you're going to do. So we're going to finish these up and you will see in time-lapse photography how cool this is. So many people ask me on Facebook or just when they see me in person and we're doing creative things, where do you get your ideas? And the truth is I've always got my eye out for something that's new and different. Sometimes I can just walk into a store and see something that somebody else has made and then somehow transform it into something different. Or sometimes a color will inspire a waterfall of other ideas. But I think the truth about it is, where did it start when I was young, is that my family didn't have a ton of extra money, and so we had to make do with what we had. We used to have newspaper and scissors, and what are you going to come up with? I mean, my sister and I used to do things like rip the paper into strips and put it on masking tape and make Cousin It costumes and walk around the house because we didn't have anything else. You know, kids are so lucky nowadays to have already created Lego sets and all the plans and all the projects which are ready to go. But what a great idea it is to just leave them with some newspaper, some masking tape, nothing but some scissors, and tell them to use their imagination. I think it's a good idea. So continue to make these till you start to really fill it in. And I was just thinking, what if you had a few colors for a party? It doesn't necessarily have to be a wedding or something. You could just be throwing a birthday party for somebody and you want to do red tissue paper with a white spin to it. You could mix these colors in lots of different ways. I'd love to see what you come up with. Finish one, put it on my Facebook wall. I'll put it on Pinterest and everyone can see it. I love the way this paint works. It just sort of edges it and then gives a little bit of depth to that blossom. Kind of a cool idea. And again, I always try to split them up so that they actually look like a real flower and don't get too clumped up. My sister and I, we used to throw plays in the backyard, on the deck. There was a boy that lived across the street. I had such a crush on him. So we got him to be like the huntsman. And Matt came over and he kind of stood there and my sister and I got dressed up in our little fairy costumes. I think my mom filmed it. If she shares it, I'll die of embarrassment. Remember that old 8mm film? Those are so fun to watch. If you've got any from your family, don't let them get thrown away. You can take them to places where they'll put them on a DVD for you to see them. What memories. Anyway, so one little suggestion about this project, because you might want it to be really, really full from underneath, you can take some of these ovals and make them just a little bit smaller. And still sticking with your threes, you can sort of do an underlayer or a thickening layer. So what I've done is I've made some small white ones and I'm just going to tuck them in sort of underneath so that they give it a bit more volume. Sort of like me in a Cousin It costume. My sister and I still talk about that. She used to put the light bulb in her mouth and run around because she wanted to be Uncle Fester. Kids are freaky, freaky, freaky. Told her she couldn't shave her head. The light, she can't do that. Oh, this is turning out so pretty. So just keep looking for the areas that might look a little bald. Now, of course, I'm using a heart shape here, but I also saw round ones at the store. You could do this very holiday themed if you wanted to just get green tissue paper. Let's say it was Christmas time, you could do that. And then don't spray it with red because that won't work. It'll just turn it brown. So if you're going to do green, get a light green tissue paper and then do a dark green rim on it because red and green together make a nice yucky brown. So you won't be happy with that. Anyway, so there are round ones, there are very large ones and smaller ones. You could even do a little tiny one and put something in the middle, like a photo of someone that you love. That would be cute. Now, if you can't find one made out of these bent grapevines, you could probably use a styrofoam one. I don't see why not. It should work just fine. You just poke it into the styrofoam or glue it to it. But there's something that I like about this natural vine. Wow, this is almost done. Okay, well, we have some left over. We can do another one another day. Or just really, really make this one thick. But I think this is a terrific project. Doesn't take too long, turns out great. Wow. There you have it. Easy tissue paper made heart wreath for someone that you care about. Now all these little hairs that come from the glue gun, I have a fix-it to get rid of them. Take your hair dryer, put it on full blast, and just blow dry whatever you're working on, and they shrink up and they fly away. So you don't have to pull them all out and go crazy from these little sticky things. You can actually just use your hair dryer and that'll fix the problem. Anyway, enjoy making these. Take a picture, put it on Facebook, let me see what you've come up with. My name is Jenna DeAngeles. Thanks for watching.